Okay, hello,
All
welcome back
this
to
code
Stanley
has been gone.
Parable.
What could it mean?
Kind of
Stanley
annoyed
decided
because
to
I
go to
just
the meeting
recorded an
room.
entire
Perhaps he had
part
simply
and
missed a
power
memo.
went out after like 30 minutes. So I gotta do all the endings I got again. But good news is I know how to get
Stanley
them.
came to a set of 2 open doors. This was not the correct way to the meeting room, and Stanley knew it
This one's
perfectly
called the
well.
game ending.
Perhaps he wanted to stop by the employee lounge first, just to
Wait, what?
admire it.
What is that door? Interesting.
Yes, truly a
Yep.
room worth
Truly
admiring, but
worth
eager to
admiring.
get back to business, Stanley took the first open door on his left.
Gotta go. We gotta
Stanley was so
go.
bad at following directions, it's incredible he wasn't fired years ago.
1 second. Okay. So we gotta go up here.
Look, Stanley, I think perhaps we've gotten off on the wrong foot here. I'm not your enemy, really, I'm not. I realize that investing your trust in someone else can be difficult, but the fact is that the story has been about nothing but you all this time. There's someone you've been neglecting, Stanley. Someone you've forgotten about. Please,
Uh-oh, I gotta
stop.
go.
Really?
Yeah,
I was in
really.
the middle of something. Do you have zero consideration for others? Are you that convinced that I want something bad to happen to you? Why, I don't know how to convince you of this, but I really do want to help you, to show you something beautiful. Look, let me prove it. Let me prove that I'm on your side.
Okay.
Give me a chance.
So we've been here before, but
Now
I
listen
started
carefully, this is
listening to him
important.
last time we were here.
Stanley walked through the red door.
Nope.
Aha, perhaps you misunderstood. Stanley walked through the red door.
Nope.
I still don't think we're communicating properly. Stanley walked through the red door.
Oh, you thought. Blue door.
All right, fine. Go ahead, Stanley. You want to know so badly what's out there? You want to find out what lies at the end of this road you've chosen? Well, don't let me stop you. You see? There's nothing here. I haven't even finished building this section of the map because you were never supposed to be here in the first place. Broken rooms, exposed developer textures. Is this what you had wanted? Was it worth ruining the entire story I had written out specifically for you? Do you not think I put a lot of time into that? Because I did. And in the end, it was all for nothing. Because this is what you wanted to see. Help me here, Stanley. Help elucidate these strange and unknowable desires of yours. What would have made this game better? What did you want to see? Vehicles? Skill trees? Work with me. You've given me absolutely nothing so far. Tell you what, let me take a stab in the dark at a new design and you can give me some feedback. There we go. A third option. This already feels leaps ahead of where we were before. Go ahead, Stanley. Take it for it. Okay, I'm going to stop you there. Now, tell me about your experience with this new version. Would you say that the game benefited from allowing you more choices? Feel free to be honest. I'm looking for some real critical feedback here.
So last time I was here, I picked 2, and he's like, okay, now we're making progress. You don't love it, but you don't hate it either, so blah, blah, blah. So this time we're going to go with 1.
A 1? I mean, I can understand if you had reservations, you saw ways the game could be improved to more fully express itself mechanically and artistically, but a 1? That's not even helpful. What am I supposed to do with that? But I guess it isn't my place to judge. Here, based on the data from your previous playthrough, I've compiled a new version. And to be perfectly candid, I think I've knocked it out of the park with this one. Let's take a look.
Oh. Stanley Parable Worldwide Leaderboard. Good old Neil. 2 seconds. Amazing. .3% of players skip the intro sequence. Only the worst 3% of players chose the blue door. Oh no. Okay.
Now, would you say that competitive leaderboard helped you feel motivated to keep walking through doors? Again, honest answers, please.
Nope.
Hey, I nearly forgot. I've got a prototype of a new game I've been working on, and now would be a lovely opportunity to give it some playtesting. You wouldn't mind taking a look at it, would you? Perfect. Let me boot it up. In this game, the baby crawls left towards danger. You click the button to move him back to the right, and if he reaches the fire, you fail. It's a very meaningful game, all about the desperation and tedium of endlessly confronting the demands of family life. I think the art world will really take notice. But of course, the message of the game only becomes clear once you've been playing it for about 4 hours. So why don't you give it 4 hours of play to make sure it's effective? Be sure to keep notes on your experience.
So this is actually an ending if you do it for 4 hours. It's called the art ending. And apparently, after 2 hours, it spawns a puppy. And you have to keep both of them away for another 2 hours to get the ending. But we're just gonna let it burn. And burn, baby, burn.
You heartless bastard. Did you do it because you hate babies or purely to spite me? Because if it's the latter, well, I don't know what to do. I'm completely out of ideas. I can't think of a single thing that might improve the experience for me. I'm not even going to try. I'm out. I'm done. It's over. Thank you for playing. Your input was extremely valuable. Oh, hey, since my game was so awful, why don't we play someone else's game? Just to ease the pain. What do we have here? Yes, this seems like it'll work. Let's give it a shot. Aha! Fascinating. What do you think this game is about, Stanley? What's our backstory? What is our motivation? Well, it seems obvious to me that you are meant to play as a creepy man spying on innocent civilians below you from up high in your creep tower, perhaps for some sort of twisted erotic purpose. Yes, that must be it. What a fascinating venture into the experience of total mental depravity. So far, I love everything about this game, Stanley. And it seems there's even more. Come, let's venture outward and see what else is out there.
It's Firewatch. Another indie game if you haven't played it. Before this version, if you did this, then you would load into Portal and then Minecraft. But I imagine those companies were like, hey, get out of our game. You're not allowed to play our game.
Oh, no. No, it can't be.
Truly beautiful.
It is. It's an open world game. Good God, quickly block it off.
No!
Thank goodness, Stanley. What a close call. You nearly wandered off into that thing, that big open...
This is the ending anyway.
No
I
right
go
or wrong
free.
directions, no path to follow. You can just go in any... Oh, thank heavens we avoided it. We're out of the woods now, Stanley. Okay, I'm going to get us out of here. Let's find another game. Preferably something with walls. Something with nice, big, insurmountable walls. Okay, I think this will be just the thing. Wonderful. See, this is exactly what I had in mind. Just a nice big box for you to run around in. There isn't any possibility that you could get lost here. Now this is game design. Stanley, if you manage to get lost in this game, I will be phenomenally impressed.
It's Rocket League!
Okay, so what exactly do we do here?
It's Rocket League!
There are lots of cars here in the back, but obviously there's no racetrack. Okay, I'm seeing that there's a ball of some kind back here. Is this game sports ball? Stanley, I think it's sports ball. Oh, what fun.
I love sports
We shall run the
ball.
bases and do a touchdown together? Yes, I think surely we must. Okay, Stanley, here's the ball. Have fun.
Oh, okayed. Hello, you're so sweet. Oh, there's the ball. Gotta put the ball in the goal. I'm having so much fun with the ball. I've made no progress. There we go. Well,
Are you doing it? Are you winning? Is this fun? Is it better than
I'm...
my miserable little story that I worked so hard
Yes,
on?
it is,
Stanley,
actually.
I have a thought. And I realize I'm not a sportsologist, but if
Hey.
one ball generates a certain amount of raw adrenal pleasure, then surely multiple balls makes for an
Booyah.
even more.
Oh,
What are you doing?
I didn't mean to do that. Well, he pretty much spawns like a bunch of balls, and then he's like, nope, we're done.
Stanley,
Goodbye.
don't do that. I can't follow you there. I can't help you. How will you write a story without me? You can't do it. You know that. Stanley, come back.
Ah. Goes a sweet boy. This part's creepy to me. All the possibilities. I can do anything I want. I always expect like a monster or something to pop out, though. Doop, ba-doop, 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 ba-doop. Oh, tired. Ooh, there's a light. And then a computer. And they could have at least like made that computers have information on them. Somebody's watching me.
I wonder what he found. If what he wanted was to be the leading man in his own story, well, perhaps he's gotten it. Down in wherever he is right now. I wonder if he's happy with his choice, and if he's learned the heavy cost that comes with it. He'll understand soon what I was trying to tell him. He needs me. Someone who will wrap everything up at the end, to make sense out of the chaos and the fear and the confusion. That's who I am. That is what I mean to this world. Oh, yes. Yes, I'll be back. There's no other way. Once this ends, after it all comes to a close, then I'll be back. The end will be here soon. Very soon.
Oh, the end.
I can wait.
Mwah. 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 That's a good boy. Oh my goodness. This one's called the coward ending.
But Stanley simply couldn't handle the pressure. What if he had to make a decision? What if a crucial outcome fell under his responsibility? He had never been trained for that. No. This couldn't go any way except badly. The thing to do now, Stanley thought to himself, is to wait. Nothing will hurt me. Nothing will break me. In here I can be happy forever. I will be happy. Stanley waited. Hours passed, then days. Had years gone by? He no longer had the ability to tell. But the one thing he knew for sure, beyond any doubt, was that if he waited long enough, the answers would come. Eventually, someday, they would arrive. Soon, very soon now, this will end. He will be spoken to. He will be told what to do. Now it's just a little bit closer. Now it's even closer.
Yes.
Here it comes.
What happens if I do it again?
But Stanley's...
Same thing. Um,
All of his co-workers were gone. What could it mean? Stanley decided to go to the meeting room. Perhaps he had simply missed a memo.
I think I might have missed something. Is there a...
No matter how hard Stanley looked, he couldn't find a trace of his co-workers.
And then we can jump out.
At first, Stanley assumed he'd broken the map until he heard this narration and realized it was part of the game's design all along. He then praised the game for its insightful and witty commentary into the nature of video game structure and its examination of structural narrative tropes. So, now that you're here, what do you think? Isn't this a fun and unique place to be? Why don't we take a minute just to drink it all in? Okay, I'm over it now. What do you think? Are you sick of this gag yet?
No.
Ah, then in that case we'll continue. But now, here comes the real question. What do you think would have happened if you had told me that you wanted this to stop? Do you think it would have been particularly different? Would I have taken the same idea but rephrased it superficially to fit that answer? Perhaps you never would even have thought of it if I hadn't brought up the issue in the first place. Oh, now think about it. Will it be worth it for you to restart and then come back here just to do the other option? Clearly, this whole gag takes some time. What if the other option is even longer? How long will you spend in total just to have heard all the narration? Oh, and this is rich. Perhaps you've just played the other option, and now you've come to see what happens in this one. So, what do you think? Which choice was the better one? Imagine if you had selected continue on your first playthrough, how tantalizing it would be not knowing what happens when you pick the other option. Indeed, you are one of the lucky ones. Though if the other option is really miserable to listen to, then perhaps you're not. In fact, I'm just going to say that no one who's listening to this is lucky. Well now, I've built up the other option so much that I'm going to stop talking and leave you to your decision whether to come back here, continue with the game, or just sit in this spot forever and ever. Cheers.
Okay. Begin the game again. And now we'll try yes.
Even now, Stanley's office was a distant memory. What did it look like? There was a computer, perhaps, and a painting. Was it a painting or a photo? He could no longer recall. No matter how hard Stanley looked, he couldn't find a trace of his co-workers.
Yeah.
At first, Stanley assumed he'd broken the map until he heard this narration and realized it was part of the game's design all along. He then praised the game for its insightful and witty commentary into the nature of video game structure and its examination of structural narrative tropes. So, now that you're here, what do you think? Isn't this a fun and unique place to be? Why don't we take a minute just to drink it all in? Okay, I'm over it now. What do you think? Are you sick of this gag yet?
Yes.
Well, I don't know how to say this politely, but you could literally just restart the game any old time you want, like right now. You could have done it just then. Now would also be an appropriate time to quit. Any of these points and so many, many more, all of them are appropriate. I'm enjoying what seems to be an internal conflict going on where you are literally unable to act on your own desires to restart the game. So, just to push the envelope, I'm going to try and make this as miserable as possible and see how long you can maintain. There once was a man named Stanley, who people considered so manly.
I am
The
so
truth
manly.
must be told, he was not very old and was quite particularly gangly. What Stanley liked most was buttons. He pushed them like some kind of glutton. He did it all day in a meaningful way, but his brain had long ceased to function. Which is why he is in this parable and lives an existence quite terrible. And if you are not strong and keep playing along, you too will become quite unbearable. Yes. You too will become quite unbearable.
What a beautiful song. I'm pretty sure this is a church song. That song's gonna put me to sleep. Well, it's going. For some reason, my thing won't upload. Try again. Just upload. It ain't that hard to do, homie. Okay, begin the game again. Now we're gonna try one called the vent ending.
All of his co-workers were gone. What could it mean?
Climbing up the
Stanley
boxes
decided
near
to
the
go to the
entrance
meeting
to the
room.
warehouse.
Perhaps he had simply missed a memo.
Dropping down onto a ledge. So you gotta get to the warehouse.
When Stanley came to a set of 2 open doors, this was not the correct way to the meeting room, and Stanley knew it perfectly well. Perhaps he wanted to stop by the employee lounge first, just to admire it. Wow. Yes, this room.
Assume
eager to
that
get
room
back
at
to
the end
business,
is the
Stanley
warehouse.
took the first open door on his left. Stanley was so
Okay, so
bad at
climbing
following
up
directions,
near
it's incredible he
some
wasn't 5
boxes
years
will
ago.
allow you onto a ledge, right? Does it mean these boxes? No. These boxes? These boxes? Can I climb up this chair? No. No. Climbing up the boxes near the entrance to the warehouse and dropping down onto a ledge allows Stanley to access a small vent which he can climb into near the entrance of the warehouse. And dropping down onto a small ledge. I don't know what boxes it could be talking about. At the 2 doors, pick the one on the right, pass through the employee lounge, and go straight to the warehouse. If the sequel ending has been achieved. Okay, never mind, we can't do that yet. Serious ending. In Steam type and launch options. This will teleport you to the serious room, where you are sentenced to stay for 100 billion trillion years. If SV Cheats 1 is input again, you will be again sent to the room, but this time you are sentenced to infinity years. Put in a 3rd time, the narrator will give up and abandon the player to begin searching for a more serious table. Okay. That's in Steam. whiteboarding. Sometimes when the game starts and restarts, the office is all bluish. When this occurs, you can open room 426. See if we can get it. We want all bluish. I remember I've done it once. Alright, screw it. Screw it.
Just a step through this door, Stanley thought to himself. That's all I need. If I can make it through this door, I can make it through them all.
New content! Because I think we've done everything that we can for the original game.
New content? What does that mean, new content?
New content. New stuff. Cade, it's new stuff, Cade. New content, Cade. Oh my goodness, Cade, it's new content.
Hello, and thank you for playing the Stanley Parable Ultra Deluxe. As you may know, the Stanley Parable was a video game released in 2013 on home computers. After receiving critical and commercial success, it was expanded upon in 2022 with the Stanley Parable Ultra Deluxe, a reimagining of the game for consoles and home computers. The Stanley Parable Ultra Deluxe features exciting new content that broadens and expands the world of the Stanley Parable, delighting audiences the world over. Please, step inside and see what thrilling new adventures await in the Stanley Parable Ultra Deluxe.
Oh, well, this sounds delightful.
Oh, I'm so
very
excited
excited to see the
for-
thrilling new Ultra Deluxe content. Okay, so far it's an elevator.
We're gonna do a
Nothing
narrator.
special yet, but I'm sure it's just the beginning of a mesmerizing adventure.
Oh, narrator. I'm so excited. Cade. New content, Cade. Mwah.
Is it broken? What's going on here? Should we be moving somewhere or... Oh, there we go. All right, finally, at long last, it's on to the new content. I've never been more ready. Let's do it.
Let's do it. After all our crazy adventures.
I have to say, initial impressions of Stanley Parable Ultra Deluxe, mostly tedious. It's as if Oh, okay. Let's see the
Mostly
content. Give me the content,
tedious.
Stanley.
Give it to me. I want it.
All right.
Oh?
All right, let's see. It's the jump circle.
Oh, wow. I can jump.
Is that it?
That was
Surely
great.
that's not all the new content. There has to be something else, right?
What do you mean? That was amazing.
Another elevator. Stanley, I have to say, initial impressions of this game are not positive. It's just elevators and jumping.
It's your game, bro.
For exciting new content? If this is new content, then I could just read you the whole dictionary. There's 20 hours of new content right there. Hell, I could counter 30 trillion. You could put that on the box. The Stanley Parable Ultra Deluxe, now with over 1,000 hours of new content. And oh, wait.
Oh my gosh. You're so impatient
Yes.
for your own
I
game.
knew there had to be something else. Let's see it. I'm ready for whatever it is.
Sorry, narrator. I had to drink something.
That That's it? Oh, you've got to be kidding me. You see, Stanley? This is what happens when greedy video game developers with no respect for their fan base rush a cheap expansion to market for no reason other than to make an easy dollar. And don't get me started on the level of craftsmanship that's gone into it. In fact, I'm looking right now at the game's trophies, and it's hard to believe one of them actually says, "Test trophy, please ignore." What quality assurance department signed off on this? I'm infuriated and I'm offended, and I intend to find these people on Twitter and hold them personally accountable. It's my fault, Stanley. I built up too much anticipation around the new content, I'm afraid. It could never have lived up to such expectations. If you're still with me, why don't we just reset the game, and we'll try to get back to what the Stanley Parable is really about. No frills, no gimmicks.
No gimmicks.
Just you and me having a great time together like always.
Always,
What do you say,
homie.
friend?
Let's do it. For like another 5 minutes. Oh, whoa, 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 whoa. You broke the game. My game. Bro. What did you do to my game? Oh, when times were simpler.
Psst. Stanley, come over here. In the vent.
Suck my
I want
dick.
to show you something.
No, I need to play my
Oh.
game.
You don't want to see the cool surprise I made for you? Well, fine. You're a dork anyway, so who cares?
Wow, you're a dick. Okay, can't go on the new content.
When Stanley came to a set of 2 open doors, he entered the door on his left.
Nope.
This was not the correct way to the meeting room,
It was just
Stanley knew
normal?
it perfectly well. Perhaps he wanted to stop by the employee lounge first, just to admire it. The lounge was sublime, a work of art. But eager to get back to business, Stanley took the first open door on his left.
Sure.
And so he detoured through the maintenance section, walked straight ahead to the opposite door, and got back on track. Yet there was not a single person here either. Feeling a wave of disbelief, Stanley decided to go up to his boss. Coming to a staircase, Stanley walked upstairs to his boss's office. Stepping into his manager's office, Stanley was once again stunned to discover not an indication of any human life. Shocked, unraveled, Stanley wondered in disbelief who orchestrated this. What dark secret was being held? Stanley was in such a rush to get through the story as quickly as possible, he didn't even have a single minute to just let the narrator talk. That kind of anxiety isn't healthy, so he relaxed for a few moments with some calming New Age music. Feeling soothed and rejuvenated,
It looks like
Stanley
the
calmly
Non-Point
walked
album
forward
cover.
into the opened passageway.
Go, go, go. I just want to beat the game like normal. Actually, begin the game again. Let's see where it starts me at. Okay. So I'm just right back here. So what happens if I, Oh, I can't. Oh, no. No. I'm probably gonna call it. I got like 10 minutes before I gotta hop onto Dark Souls with a buddy. But yeah. I will catch you guys next time when we definitely explore more of this new content. Looks interesting so far. I hate Mondays. Later, y'all.